So this is a video I said I'd make to my friends after my first ever video I posted on my channel called Spaz Attack hit 100 views, and I would have already uploaded. I had two videos that were ready, and one of them I don't know where it went, and the one I recorded most recently was a nice 30-minute video on my fire, and the audio was broken. So here I am on this life. I didn't want to record on my life. I had one recorded on a storm and one recorded on a fire, and both didn't go well. I don't know what happened to the storm one. That one's just kind of gone. But the fire, the audio got bugged. So here I am on the life. I'll show the stats real quick. I got 20% damage. Isn't great. Honestly, this is not great of a number. The only reason I'm not changing is because the way this gear is set up on this character, it's so consistent. 20 damage across, all 23 resist. This is actually decent. This is probably the most resist I've had on any of my accounts. This accuracy is great because that means I won't ever fizzle because I've got 100% because of that plus 10%. Crit is just ugly. Don't focus on this at all. This is not This is not good. I have 10% blocked all of these. Not great healing and pretty good power pip. So I mean, this isn't a horrible character. The only thing I don't like is I can't crit. This character's meant to be able to survive long, and kind of like they're meant to live long, so they can get their damage. And like a lot of it comes from this. This adds 185 health, 7% power pip, and like as you can see, the 3% resists, 6 damage, and 5 accuracy. That's a huge deal. It's a lot, right? Now this, I'd consider using this if it wasn't for, like, it doesn't give any resist. Actually, this might be, but no, the power pip. I don't want to lose the power pip. If we go here, I have some other stuff. This stuff isn't really great. It's like lower level stuff. I don't really know why that's on this account. That's not good. I also like this one because of tower shield. I would change. I might use this wand instead because if I want to want it, I can actually do it because it's not life. And okay, so power pip. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. Just so I can. I mean, it's not great crit, but it's something. This is not. I don't really have a good theme or whatever, however you pronounce it. Dude, this is bad. Okay, tip for people: you don't want these, right? Because they cost 7 pips, and like if it costs 7, that's way too. Unless you have a mastery amulet, which costs money. Don't use high level pips or high level spells that cost a lot of pips if it's not your school. Because by the time it'll take me to get 7, let's say I get 7 power pips. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be some common pips. Let's say I have 7 power pips and I decide to use a frost giant. That's only 400. Like 400 damage is not great. But when all I'm getting is for stuff, I could have used a forest lord and a centaur or something like that, or forest lord into a satyr to heal me or something like that. Like it's so much better to use stuff in your own school than to try and go for some high. Like this person's trained in storm. I'm never gonna use Stormzilla. This isn't a horrible thing to use because it's only 5 pips. Or like a Kraken's not that bad. Storm Shark's not that bad for damage, but it's still just not worth it. Like it's generally not worth it to have like stuff for other schools. It's not for what you'll get out of it. It's bad. I'm tossing some heals here though. That's the whole point of life though. Like I have a ton of heals. I don't need this unicorn. Get this unicorn out of my face. So I won't be dying. I shouldn't be dying anytime soon because I am life and I have a ton of heals and stuff. And some regenerates. The only problem, the reason I don't like playing as life wizards, and the reason behind this is because my mains, I have a storm main. He's a level 73, and I would be playing on him, but he's at a really hard boss that I can't really get past, so I decided to go on the life. And I'm used to doing insane amount of damage, building up and getting like a 4,000 damage hit, no crit on a myth, and killing. Instead, I have this where like I'm doing like barely. I'm not doing anything basically because of how low damaging life is. I don't know why I trained in balance. That's questionable. I'm talking some weaknesses actually, but like this right here, like these don't do much. Let me eliminate some of those. Like, these attacks that I've got in here aren't that good. I'm gonna toss in some more, though, because all I've got are 3 centaurs and 5 forest lords, and I'm just gonna be running into a lot of heals. So, toss some more forest lord, a couple more centaurs, 2 seraphs. Yeah, I mean, that seems about good. Yeah. Oh, wait. They're both fire. Let me toss in thermic shields. That's a tip I would give to people, is use a lot of shields for, like, whatever boss you're fighting. If I'm fighting a fire boss, I'm going to want to use some thermic shields or whatever the other ice one is that blocks fire. Based on the fact, like, this minus 70 does wonders. Now, if I went first, that'd be great, but instead I have to deal with this fire colossus. But if I had a minus 70 on this would do nothing to me, especially because I'm life, and I could heal that back if it was minus 70, like, with 2 pips. With 1 power pip, I could get all of that back. That's the whole point of Storm. Or not Storm, that's the whole point of life. Storm would not be able to do that. But now that I've got that on, I mean, he still only did like 400 to me. I could use that back with a simple fairy. Oh, this one I could give to, yeah, so I won't accidentally click on that like an idiot like I do sometimes on my other accounts. Okay, so I'm just gonna hope my main goal to start is Blade, trap the boss, Forest Lord. Or should I go Amplify? Because all I want to do is I want to kill this Angler Goon as soon as possible. Because these guys cause more trouble than you would think. Like, it's like they're more powerful than people give them credit for. Because sometimes people are like, okay, I'm just gonna go for the boss immediately. That's unfortunate. That's that's really bad. That crit is really bad. But people think like, oh, I'm just gonna kill the boss because this minion's not gonna do anything to me. But they can still do powerful attacks just because they have low health. That kind of is why you gotta hit them as soon as possible. Because otherwise, you kind of are stuck here. Like, look, this dude's about to hit me hard. Like, this is a big attack for a minion. Like, people will just leave him and let him do this to them. Like, he'll sit here and just take the damage. Now, luckily, this character is decent resist. He has 23 resist to all. So I am, taking some of that off. But still, if I did that with my Storm, that would do so much. That would be such a bigger influence to me because I would have 500 lower health. Because that's what my level 73 Storm's at. This guy's only level 61, and I didn't have any resist. So that would have done like 800 and almost. That would be really bad for my Storm. But on this account, it's fine because I'm life. All right, see, that's why I'm not good with life. Like, if I did an 8 pip, I don't know, it would be like 7 pip. Even if I did the 7 pip Storm, with a blade and an amplify on fire. I mean, I don't know how to count the fire part, but that alone on my Storm would do way more damage. Like, that would do an incredible amount of damage to him if I was on my Storm. Like, my Storm was a 7. Okay, let's just say an 8 pip, right? The 8 pip spell, it's a single attack for 1030 damage on Storm. This one's only like, this is low. But I need to find a thermic shield, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me toss out some of these. I'm going to leave 1 regenerate. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's a different one, because that's from the forest lord. That trap's different. See, like, this is just hard for me. Like, this entire fight is just going to be hard to me. Now, I am hoping that the audio doesn't get bugged on this. If the audio gets bugged, I'm going to be beyond angry. Because I've been... Like, I'm just going to do probably just one boss. I don't know if I want to do just one boss fight, though, because that's really not a lot, and I've been kind of dominating. I kind of want to show, like, a little bit of struggle. I mean, I don't know. If the audio's not bugged, I'll probably keep it. I'll go with the forest lord. I won't kill. This won't kill at all. I'm prepared. I have a thermic shield. Okay, yeah, I've got... Ooh, that's bad, because, yes, it uses his blade, but it's also using up my shield. And that's going to leave me open for a free attack. He's probably going to go for Fire Colossus or Elephant, but, it's fine. But, I've just realized I've said but like 80 times this one video, just because I want to keep talking, so it's not just awkward silence, but I think it's time to stop. Actually, how much will this even do? This probably will do like nothing, honest. I need enchants. Like the thing. Okay. Recommendation: if you get to Dragonspire in this game, once you hit Dragonspire, unless you're really close to being trained to something, don't train anything. Wait until you get to Celestia and get to the floating land. Then train all of the enchants that you can get, because enchants are incredibly useful. This is going to do a lot of damage, but it's fine. Because enchants, it's yes. If I wouldn't recommend just using strong. Strong doesn't really. I mean, strong's still kind of useful, but if you use something like Gargantuan or Monstrous is good as well, or Colossal is good. These things add up. Like, okay, so the Gargantuan treasure card, not the actual one that you train. The treasure card adds plus 250, right? Plus 250 damage. Doesn't sound like a crazy amount if I'm sitting here fighting a boss like this who's got 7,000 health. But what you gotta take into consideration is instead of, let's say I add that to a 1,000 attack, instead of 1,000, just 1,250. Not a big deal. But if I have a blade that adds a plus 30%, that adds on. If I have more blades that add 40 and traps that add 25 and all this kind of stuff, it gets to a very large amount. Like, that's something people I feel like will underestimate. Wow, this elephant spam is probably actually going to kill me because I went for a regenerate there to be safe. But, like, these things get really, like, this turns into a lot of damage. If I just, hold on, I don't have my phone around me, I was going to actually test this. But if I do 250 times, like, 0.3 and add that to 250, then take that number. That's how this game works. I didn't know that how it would work for a long time. But it doesn't take 30%, let's say you have three things that add 30%. It doesn't keep taking 30% of the original. It takes 30% of the new one. So, like, this stacks up over and over. It's not going to be like, oh, it's 1,000, I have a plus 10% one, it's 1,100, and then I have another plus 20%, there's 20% of 1,000. No, it doesn't. It instead takes 20% of 1,100, and then keeps adding up. So, that's just an important little thing that I figured out. That's useful, though. That's something I didn't know for a long time. Oh my god, dude. I'm like, if I was Storm, I would either A, been dead, or B, killed him by now. And that's why, people say, like, the best school is Ice for PvP and stuff, but, you know, I like my Storm. Storm's where it's at. And, like, okay, if you're starting off the game and you think Storm's awful, I get it. Starting off the game as a Storm is one of, if not the hardest part in the game as a Storm, because of the fact that you can't upgrade your accuracy. You can't upgrade anything. You're just hoping all on luck. But as it goes further, like, my accuracy isn't even great on my Storm. It's only an 83% chance. I only have a plus 13 on it. But it's still so much better. I have the same accuracy of a, whatever it's called, a death, kinda. 2% off. But it's like, I don't fizzle more. People think the 30% fizzle it's bad. But when you upgrade your accuracy, you just gotta prioritize that. And people who say Storm is bad, people who say Fire is bad, are typically the people, oh, thanks, pet, are typically the people who say, like, oh, they have the gear that only boosts their health. They have no damage boosting gear, no resists gear, no accuracy gear, or anything. They only think your gear is supposed to be based around health, so they kind of just disregard Storm. But that's not how it works. I thought that for a long time. I believed that up until, like, for basically the entirety of this account. This account was made in 2008 and then, like, died around 2012 when my computer stopped working, so I stopped playing. And then I picked it up, and then I made a new wizard all the way up until, like, halfway through Mushu. I still believed you're supposed to base it all off health. Up until some dude in this dungeon was like, okay, no, you're not supposed to do it that way. You're supposed to buff your accuracy and all that stuff. And then I switched, and I was doing way more damage, and I wasn't fizzling as much. It was so much easier, because, like, people will see, like, my Storm as a level 73 only has 2,600 health. That's not a lot. This wizard right here is a level 60, and he's got 3,100 health. But that's why I use shields a lot, because shields, well, yes, I don't have much health. I can block damage. if I had only like health and I use shields, yes, I won't die, but I also probably do like 0 damage. Cause like, I have a plus 50% damage on my storm, so that's a lot of more. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. That that's a lot of damage. But that's a lot of damage. That if you don't get that, that's a flex save. But that's like it stacks up, like I said, with blades and traps and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like people just don't understand that. Okay, why did it zoomed in? I don't want that. I'm gonna talk to these guys, and if they don't give me a fight, like a fight quest after this, I'm most likely just gonna stop recording and cut this all out. I have to go talk to some senator. Okay. Then if it's I'll keep going if it's just keep talking or a boss fight. But if they're telling me to like defeat and collect or defeat 3 mobs or something like that, I'm just gonna stop because I don't really feel the need to keep going. If it's just I'm just gonna be fighting a bunch of guys where it's the same thing over and over again. That's why I waited. I could have recorded before this and recorded me doing the same thing to 6 different mobs, but it's just boring because like there's no variety, there's no challenge. It's just me sitting there going blade, amplify, or like blade. There's like shield, blade, amplify, forest lord, and then I do that like 4 fights, and then the quest is over. Like it's really not that exciting. And I realize now I could have teleported here and made my life easier. I shouldn't. I don't know why I have a broom as my perm for this character. I have wings, like bat wings, that go on the back of my, like on my back on my fire, and I've got a bone dragon for my storm. But I don't know why I have this one at all. Like I don't know what made me buy this. I might have actually like crafted this. I don't think so because I'm trying to do crafting on my storm. That's also why I didn't want to play on my storm, is because I would have, but I can't get past the boss, and I'll just doing a bunch of side quests on him, and mainly it's the crafting one, so I can get some training points. But that's not fun because it's just me going around farming stuff and buying stuff in the bazaar, and that's not fun. No one wants to see me just change realms, unless I could actually make a tip video of like how to farm this and how to farm that. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, if you're wondering, hold on. I was gonna stop the video, but here's all the people. This is someone my friend made. My friends wanted to try this game out, or my friend Evan has this game, but he can't get a membership, so I gave him my account info and let him play. So this is his character. This is my brother just made some random character because he used to play as well. This is my main account. He's decently well geared. I'll show you this character real quick. But he has one main issue: is he's broke. This dude's got no gold whatsoever, and that makes things pretty hard. He also trained really poorly. Like old me did really bad. I'll show you the gear. The gear right now is decent. 51 damage. That's a lot of extra. This is ugly. This is horrible. If I have no resist, and that's if I could, I would change resist, but I just don't know what to get rid of because I don't want to get rid of my damage. That's what people. That's what I saw. I was playing with a max level storm the other day, and he said just you don't need as much damage, just go for resist because I already do a lot of damage. But I'm just so used to this that like I know what kills and what doesn't kill for different mobs, so I don't really know what to do. My accuracy is fine. I don't fizzle that much. Crit is, it's okay. My crit's okay. 31% crit's not horrible. Block isn't very good. Armor piercing is eh. This used to be like a 40 until I changed something, and that made my this better. That made this better. That plus 21% used to be plus 21% life until I bought a different. No, it was the Shaka's Lightning Loop one, the 13% right there. That used to be a plus 21% incoming healing, but my power up was like awful at the time, so I needed to switch that. But okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. This is the boss fight I can't do in Avalon. Also, this is really hard. The Poseidon Earthshaker thing is maybe the hardest thing I've tried. I went in with a full group of level 70s, and we failed on the first boss fight. Yeah, but my whole goal with this account is I'm gonna do the Yardbirds for a training point. I gotta craft a bunch of stuff just so I can get to an adept crafter to be able to do this T-set crafting, and that will give me a training point. and that's 2 training points, and that'll let me learn Colossal. But it's hard because it takes a lot of grinding and gold to be able to buy things. But as I said, this character is broke. People at this level should have around 100,000 to 200,000 gold. I'd say more than 100,000. So that's why I think this is getting hard on this character, and I don't really want to play on him right